sports. It's in the game.
Dusting Killers 420 is now live. Streaming Madden NFL 25. Welcome to my live stream. Stay enjoy the show. Crazy moment.
A dazzling facility located here in the heart of Atlanta, Georgia. Welcome inside Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Here's the punter, Bradley Pinion, to get this one going. And we're underway in Atlanta. Fielded at the 14. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Smith start with a throw here. He's taking a shot on his first play. And what a way to get this one started, but his deep shot falls incomplete.
Man, with how hard it is, Kate, to get these plays down the field, you can't let the coverage off the hook with a drop. Just can't happen. But you're going to see it right here. He saw the open space ahead of him and started running before he ever brought the ball fully in.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Back to the air, it's Smith. His quick throw knocked away, incomplete.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Shotgun snap to Smith. He puts some power on a deep one. That's cut at the 25. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. The Seahawks with their first red zone opportunity of the game. They've got 1st and 10 right along the 20. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
This offense will take that from their ground game every time. But I know, because I've been around this league a long time, runs like that, they're really hard to come by. It takes everybody, and maybe a little breakdown there on defense, too, to take advantage of.
Working across the middle, Brock, it is tough for anybody to make plays through all that mess, even when you're the biggest and baddest pass catcher on the roster.
But as a tight end, you're going to be disappointed because that's what you're paid to do. It's one thing for those undersized receivers you talk about. It's another one for these big tight ends. You are paid to make that catch through contact, and he couldn't do it. This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
On 3rd and goal, Smith. Throwing into double coverage, and it's intercepted. D. Alford has the INT. And the Falcons get the football on the first turnover of the contest. Well, Brock, they get an early opportunity here inside the red zone, but nothing comes of it after that interception.
Yeah, no question, Kate. You expect that this won't be their last chance or the last time they get in the red zone. This will, or at least should, be the last chance that it ends in a pick. They're going to take that Microsoft Surface tablet. Everybody is. They're going to pull that play up, and most importantly, they're going to try to identify what happened so it doesn't happen again.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Staying with Robinson. And they had that one contained right at the line. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. They'll need 4 to convert now after no gain on 2nd down. Another carry for Robinson. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a 4th down.
Defense just needs to hold them short. It's 4th and 7. They go play action. Here's Penix. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now an inside give to Walker. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Myers' kick is good. And that one's going to get them on the scoreboard.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. On the return, here's Ray McLeod. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Only a solitary field goal so far as we're through 1 quarter. Just back for our 2nd quarter. It's Falcons football. They'll take over here, 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. He'll work it a couple of yards past the line. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Working quickly here. Play action. Here's Penix. Forced out to his right. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Third down, it's Penix. He's on the move. He's running for it. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Penix now on first down. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
They call play action. Would have been better to actually give it to him on a carry right there, Kate. The front was fooled, well, for about a split second, if that. And that play call ended up working in their favor as it leads to a sack.
Another try following the sack. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be third down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
They'll throw on third and long. Pitts brings it in. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. It's the 2-minute warning now from Atlanta. The Falcons with the football. Lengthy fourth down try here. They need 6. Trying for it with Penix. Escapes the pocket. That's grabbed inside the 30. One of their biggest plays of the game, and it comes on a fourth down gamble.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And that throw just too high for him.
They would sure love to connect on some of these intermediate throws, those chunk throws. Getting a completion like that, well, not only does it spark your offense, but it just sets you up for even more aggressive play calling.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. And again, it's Penix. Cut near the goal line. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Falcons get some late points and the lead. It's a Bijan Robinson touchdown. Koo with the extra point. And the Falcons take a 4-point lead. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. He fields it from the 8. And look at this return. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The Seahawks in good field position to start this drive off as they head up to the line. First and 10. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge. There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. It may be time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has. You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
Intended target there was Jackson Smith and Jigba. So that brings up fourth and long. They're going for this. He beams one deep right side. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. And a surprising fourth down call does not yield a first. This doesn't get there. It's a turnover on downs. On first down, here's Penix. And a man is there to knock that away. Trying to force one through there. So it's second down coming up. From the shotgun, Penix. Taking a big shot for the end zone. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
And 10 yards to go.
Let's go now. Ready to move it.
Penix here from the gun. And that one is incomplete, and the clock stops with 18 seconds to go. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Fielding the miss, and they're headed the other way. And he thought he could catch them napping by returning the miss, but everyone was alert, and he doesn't get much on the run back. They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. He's trying another one deep. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
I'll tell you this, Kate, they doubled him knowing that was where the pass was likely headed. That's doing your homework. A bit surprising QB still threw it in that direction with how well the defense had that one covered.
Looking to throw. And the coverage just too good there. Didn't find the throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Here's Myers now to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. He completes it in traffic. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
It is charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And he's brought down for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
3rd and long for him here. And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. Back to throw it. He's on the move. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. It's a 13-yard pickup, and no worry at all on their side from being able to reach that marker on 4th down. That was impressive. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Penix working from the gun. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons grow the
Lordy, we're already doing it today.
Dad, just make sure. Jaden's mother! Jaden's mother! Hey, Mama. Look.
First opened in 2017. Here's a look inside the one-of-a-kind setting for football. That is Mercedes-Benz Stadium here in Atlanta, the home of the Falcons. The punter, Bradley Pinion, will handle kickoff duties. And off we go here in Atlanta. On the return, it's Dameon Pierce. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Stroud gonna throw right away. Oh, the first play, and he is intercepted. And he's gonna give a short field to his offense here as they try to break the tie.
An opening play call like that, Mike, has exactly one goal. Let's connect on something early and quiet this home crowd. But all they did was energize them. I mean, listen to this place after that interception. They're feeding into it. They're giving this offense extra momentum as they now take the field.
And they'll move this ball way down into the red zone, inside the 20-yard line.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
And And he surges forward for a gain of about 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. They're going to go play action with Penix. The coverage too strong that time. The ball batted away and incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, it's Robinson.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
Early big play here. They're going to go for it on 4th down. They'll try to throw it with Penix. That is incomplete. They took a chance throwing it on 4th and short, but not to be, and they'll turn it over on downs. 1st and 10.
Only quick, right?
Now, Stroud. A throw here, right side, falls incomplete. Nico Collins was the intended receiver there, and that will lead to a 2nd down. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Hit as he throws, and it is incomplete. Just couldn't deliver that one the way he wanted to. Not really sure if there was much there anyways. We do know it'll be 3rd down. And movement up front. And that's our first time tonight to check in with our referee. A run here with Mixon. No movement from the punt team. They'll line up to go for it on 4th down. They will indeed go as they look to throw. This is caught. He got the connection to Collins. A gain of 21 as they get the conversion on 4th down. On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. Off he goes.
Nothing open here downfield. I think it's a good job just getting to the edge, getting something positive, getting out of bounds.
Here's 2nd and 6.
Here we go. Make it hot, make it hot.
From the gun, here's Stroud. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
Really nice job there by the defense defending the middle of the field. That is the most valuable real estate on the field. They know every single offense is trying to attack the defense between the hashes. So give credit. They took away all the throwing lanes, and that ball falls incomplete.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud. That's to the left side and taken in by Diggs. And he's gonna get there. He got the first down, not by a whole lot, but that'll keep this drive rolling. Stroud gonna set up to throw. He'll spot his big tight end. That's Dalton Schultz. 13 yards on that pass play. First down for Houston.
This may look like a simple connection, Mike, just pitch and catch, but I can promise you the amount of time these two guys have spent together on the practice field, in the meeting rooms, just getting on the same page, seeing the game through the same set of eyes, it makes what's pretty difficult seem a lot easier.
So, not much to speak of in terms of scoring in that first quarter of play. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Greg and I back in Atlanta after this. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Here's Stroud. He'll look deep here for Diggs. And the Falcons are going to take possession at their own 3-yard line. On 1st down, it's Penix. And this one is intercepted. Derek Stingley comes up with it. And he's going to be taken down, but it's a quick change situation. He has set his offense up with 1st and goal. Stroud to throw. And he'll take it on in. Nico Collins. Touchdown, Texans. That is a dream scenario. The offense handed the ball 1st and goal, and Greg, they take it to the end zone for 6.
They're not going to have many easier drives than that, Mike. I mean, to get the ball, not only in a short field, but in a goal-to-go situation, you don't get a lot of those chances. You have to cash them in, and that's exactly what they were able to do.
Now, Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. The kick is good, but there are penalty flags down. They might have made contact with the kicker too late. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Now the lefty Penix on 1st down. Now, deep ball for London. Oh, the struggles continue. Another interception. Picked off by Derek Stingley.
For these young rookie quarterbacks, every snap in the NFL is an opportunity to have a lesson learned, and sometimes the lessons come a little bit harder than others. In this case, they kind of fool them with their blitz package. It's a little bit more complex at the NFL level than it is necessarily in college, and I think he just got a first-hand taste of just how fast this pressure can get on you. And sometimes when it speeds up that clock, you can make a bad throw.
He'll get rid of it and complete it.
The drag route is certainly not the most complicated route on the route tree, but a really nice job there using the scheme to create separation. He did a really nice job there working across the middle of the field as he made himself open.
Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. He was looking for Stephon Diggs there. Now it's going to be third down. To throw, it's Stroud. He dives, and what a catch for the first down. 15 yards the pickup. Good for a first down. From the 35, it's 1st and 10. They'll run with Mixon. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. Throwing on 2nd down, Stroud. 2 minutes remain. First half in a 7-0 game. Greg and I back to Atlanta in a moment. 3rd and 5. Stroud. He's got his tight end. It's Schultz. And he will get into the end zone. Dalton Schultz. Touchdown, Houston.
We're seeing this so much all across the NFL, Mike, is the value placed on a receiver being able to turn into a runner after they're able to secure the catch. And sometimes it's easier said than done. But if you want to survive in this league as a wide receiver, you have to be able to make plays like this after the catch. And great job there by the quarterback being accurate, and great job by the receiver running after he makes the catch.
Fairbairn able to add the extra point, and the Texans move out on top 14-0. And so after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn to kick it off. Ray McLeod on the return. And he'll be taken down right at the 29-yard line. They'll start this one with a 3 tight end look. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Just watch the speed of the pursuit out of this safety on this tackle, Mike. His ability to play from depth and attack the line of scrimmage and meet that ball carrier in the hole and keep him to no gain. You don't see a lot of safeties able to make that tackle in the open field. That's pretty impressive.
Trying to get it to Kyle Pitts. And it'll be third down.
They've been a little up and down in this first half. I mean, they have less than 80 yards of total offense and halftime looms. So missed throws like that, those are missed opportunities. They've got to hit the plays when they have them if they want to have a chance to leave here with a win.
He's got his tight end. That's Pitts. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
What a luxury that certain teams, when they have a guy like this, I mean, not only is he the big target, but then to have that size and speed to run away from these linebackers and do so much of his damage after the catch.
And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down.
As this offense continues to put anything together and score some points, they need to just take a step back. Then you say, okay, we've struggled here in the first half putting points on the scoreboard. Don't worry about chasing points. Let's chase first downs. Let's chase completions. Just start building something small. And oftentimes when you take that approach, it snowballs, and next thing you know, you find your groove.
After back-to-back incompletions, they now face third down and 10. Again, it's Penix. He's got this to Bijan Robinson. And that is not going to help at all. They needed a whole chunk of yards, not going out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. 4th and long coming up.
It's almost like the defense knew the back was getting the ball there, because from the moment the ball was snapped, there was a defender all over him, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
They're going on 4th down. It's Penix. And that is incomplete. The defense very happy to see that play call. The decision to go for it on 4th and long will end up in a turnover on downs.
Why, how's that a turnover
so they come
if I
to the
caught the fucking
line
ball?
for 1st down and 10.
It's retarded.
Throwing is Stroud. This one is complete along the sideline. A very nice job to fit that ball in. It'll be a modest gain.
The best guys I've been around, Mike, they have a sense where they can see the ball, but they can feel the sideline. And that's kind of an innate sense that these guys have that allows them to concentrate and secure the catch and ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And he's going to have the 1st down as he gets out of bounds, and he stopped the clock as well. Here's a timeout, Houston. That's their 2nd as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in the opening half.
This guy really thinks that's the game.
They'll go play action with Stroud. That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz. And they're going to be set up in the red zone. They've got it inside the 15.
So you go
down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. To throw is Stroud. That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this 1st half.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
That's going to wind up incomplete. Not much time remaining. Time for one more snap here in this 1st half.
Here in the 1st half, we've seen nothing but connections from these two guys. I mean, they've come out completely on fire, so the defense finally gets a stop, and really the first time we've seen these guys be a little bit off.
That's going to be incomplete. They say no to the field goal, but that backfires. They're going to come away with nothing as this 1st half comes to an end. All right, Coach, 2nd half, drawing near. Glad to have you back with us here on EA Sports. And they'll opt not to return this, but since the ball did hit in that landing zone, the ball only comes out to the 20-yard line. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Penix. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete.
He's already been a little reckless with his decision-making up until this point, Mike, and now it almost backfires on him again. He has to do a better job of finding the matchups, finding the space on the field so everything is not a forced ball into these tight windows.
On 2nd down, it's a run with Robinson. And he'll be taken down up around the 32-yard line.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the 2nd half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
And it's complete to the sideline. Nice job getting both feet down in bounds.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
Let's go. On second down, Penix. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing third down.
Let's go now.
From the gun, here is Penix. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
The offense is trying to stretch the field vertically. They're trying to put as many receivers into the coverage deep as possible. But you know what you need? You need time. You need to allow those guys to get downfield. But when you have a pass rush like this, they don't let that time unfold, and that pocket collapsed and results in a sack.
Now a shot here, deep middle. That is caught. And he's going to have a Falcons first down. They come up with a big one there to keep the drive moving, and then some. And he can't hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. What a good job defensively to meet him just as the ball was arriving. And it'll be second down. Penix now off the bootleg. A throw on the move is caught. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9, and third down coming up. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. He is in. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Atlanta. Greg, sometimes we say it too often. That was an important drive. That one really felt important for them to edge a little bit closer.
Yeah, now the question is, Mike, yeah, the offense does their job, but can the defense get a stop? They've got to continue to get the ball back to their offense. Let them build on that previous drive because they've still got some work to do.
The decision is made. The offense will stay out there and go for 2. Another run here for Robinson. And this time they stop him short of the goal line. Touchdown a moment ago. No two-point conversion to add on as they come up empty. The kickoff team is out on the field. And we're back to it as the kick's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. From the shotgun, C.J. Stroud. Trying the right side. Taken in by Collins. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Nice way to start the drive here. Really good protection by the guys up front. Good decision by the quarterback to find his read. Ball's accurate, ball's on time. Now they're able to start this drive and get on the move the right way.
On first down, it's Stroud. That's 3. Third time tonight he's been intercepted. That's the safety, Jesse Bates. And his guys are going to be set up with a short field as they look to draw closer and perhaps draw even in this one.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
Escaping the danger, throwing and completing. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25-yard line. They'll throw on first down with Penix. finally brought down as we tick towards the end of this third quarter. So we are through 3. Here's a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw, it's Penix. That is going to be hauled in. He's got it. Bijan Robinson. Touchdown, Falcons. He had the touchdown run earlier. Now add a TD reception. Greg, how often do we say it's a one-possession game, but that's a two-part story? Part 1 taken care of right there with the touchdown.
All right, Mike, so they go down and they get the all-important touchdown. But only half the time is this truly a one-score game. They need this 2-point conversion here to tie it up.
All right, so the Falcons try to add on a 2-point conversion here.
The Falcons will line up for the 2-point conversion.
70 Lions. Cowboy 80. Check out.
From the gun, it's Penix. That's in the end zone and intercepted. That's the linebacker, Christian Harris.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. Keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
The return team going to let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Stroud.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Stroud to throw. To the left side and caught by Schultz. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line.
Here we go. Let's go hot. Let's go hot.
On 1st and 10, here's Stroud. Open man, the tight end, Brevin Jordan. And they'll get this one down to the 35-yard line. Now a timeout, Atlanta. That's their first. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a 1st down. Back to throw, Stroud. That's caught. It's Joe Mixon. And he's close to another 1st down as he's brought down just shy of the marker. Here's 2nd and 2. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2.
Only quick, right?
They'll drop to throw. And the rush gets there. Down he goes.
Up until this point, this pass rush has been pretty non-existent, so a pretty good time in the game to get their first sack. They're trying to get off the field and give the ball back to their offense and see if they can pull off this comeback.
He's going to wait the timeout. That's what he's going to do.
This crowd into it now as we get to
I'm
third
not
down.
understanding why it's not letting me kick the ball. Or I make a touchdown.
To throw,
No,
it's
I gotta catch
Stroud.
it. I gotta catch it. Yes!
Oh,
Yes!
can you believe
Yes!
it? It's intercepted. That's the safety.
Let's go.
Jesse Bates.
When you find yourself in this situation, Mike, you're on defense, you're defending your own goal line, you got to take some chances. You've got to try to force a turnover and make a play and get off the field. That's exactly what this defender did. Takes a chance, bets on himself, and comes away with a pick to save them some points.
This is 1st and 10. Here's Penix.
Oh, no.
And that one knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, it's pretty clear the main reason why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the inefficiency of this offense and primarily out of the quarterback position. To complete less than half of your pass attempts,
just got to get past them four right there.
It very hard to compete at a high level consistently in the NFL, and if they want to find themselves having any chance of getting back into this game and winning this one, he's going to have to get a lot better with the ball.
Oh, out of reach. Are you kidding me?
Bijan Robinson, the intended receiver, out of the backfield. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down, here's Penix. Taking off, he'll try to get there. A 1st down on the scramble. A gain of 16. Falcons go ahead and take their 2nd timeout. They get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. Here's 1st down.
You need a long pass.
Back to throw. Here's Penix. Now he'll air one out.
No! No!
Be the dagger. It's intercepted. That's the safety, Jimmy Ward. And the Texans are going to get the football at their own 40.
This is something we see so often out of these young quarterbacks, Mike, is their inability to manipulate the defense. They kind of telegraph where they're going to go.
I knew he was going to knee it.
Eyes, and I'd love to see him the next time when he gets to the top of his drop. Look off the safety. Hold some of the underneath defenders from where you ultimately know you want to go with the ball. A lot of that just comes with experience, and sometimes you got to gain that experience the hard way.
No!
Good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead.
Come on, I got to intercept this.
Despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
From the gun here on 3rd down, it's Stroud.
Yes, come on.
He goes down.
Come on.
I see a lot of tired legs out there on both sides of the field, Mike. Looks like this pass rush has found a little bit of a second wind. They come away with a big-time sack, and it brings up 4th down.
He's running the clock out.
On 4th down, Stroud. That's caught.
What a pussy move, bro.
There, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter.
I'm
still
kind of blazed. It's not letting me kick the ball as soon as I make a touchdown.
They knew this would be a dogfight away from
home.
That is crazy. And they were right. They come away with a hard-fought victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Atlanta.
All right, let's try it again. How good was it? It wasn't that good. Wasn't letting me kick the ball. Well, select.
Welcome to Baltimore's Inner Harbor. 70,000 plus have filled M&T Bank Stadium since 1998, the home of the Ravens. It's Jake Elliott ready to get this one kicked off. And off we go here in Baltimore. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And he's brought down right at the 35-yard line. They'll come up here, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, he'll throw to get this one started. That's caught. Derrick Henry. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
And he'll have enough to move the chains. He'll take this forward for about 3 yards.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
Play action now. Jackson. That's to the right side and incomplete.
Just seems like another case of predetermining where the quarterback is going to go with the ball. He had a lot of good route options on that last concept. I think if he just remains a little bit more patient, read the play out, let it unfold, will lead to some easier and better completions.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Now Jackson, this a designed run. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard. 3rd down and 9. Now the Ravens use their first timeout.
Three, two, one.
And some problems communicating on 3rd down, and that's going to be a delay. So after the 5 yards are walked off, they face 3rd and long. A design run here with Jackson.
And a nice job there defensively on 3rd down, not overcommitting to their pass rush. Having a plan for this quarterback as a designed runner, they're able to stop him short of the 1st down.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on 4th down. On 4th down, they snap it to Jackson. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on downs. First carry for Saquon Barkley. And a nice run there. He'll be stopped just shy of a 1st down. A pickup of 9.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
And he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the 1st down. Once again, it's Barkley. Nice job finding the seam. Gain of about 9. Just a yard short of that 1st down. A good spot here. 2nd and a yard. They'll stay on the ground with Barkley. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is 1st down. So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. What will the 2nd quarter have in store? We'll be back in Baltimore after this. First and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's going to keep it, carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. One of the Ravens has it. Well, he certainly turned that into something on the move. Downfield, looked like he was gaining yards, but then loses control, and the defense comes up with a turnover.
Early on, Mike, it looked like it was going to be a really good play by the quarterback, turning to his legs, getting some pretty good yardage with his feet, but then he failed to not only protect himself, but mostly protect the ball. Defense is able to put a hit on him, jar the ball loose, and now they'll take over after the big takeaway.
A 1st down throw for Jackson. He keeps it himself. Can't beat those legs. 13-yard pickup. A scramble leads to a 1st down. Now Jackson. He'll look for Flowers downfield. He's got it. And he will dive into the end zone. 78 yards. Touchdown, Baltimore. A beautiful combination in the air there. The pass downfield and bringing it the rest of the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
And it's really just a great route, Mike, and then a beautiful throw. The accuracy of the throw is what allowed the receiver not only to secure the catch, but then be able to turn it up and finish the play and find himself in the end zone.
Now Justin Tucker for the point after. He gets it to go, and the Ravens will take a 7-0 lead. Out there is Tucker, and he'll kick this one away after the touchdown was scored. For the return, here comes Britton Covey. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Three tight ends in the game to start the drive. They'll start on the ground with Barkley. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. A shotgun snap now to Hurts. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They got him. 3rd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Hurts. And they're going to get him a second time. He goes down again. The big man, Nnamdi Madubuike, there for the sack. 2 minutes remaining. First half in a 7-0 game. We'll come back to Baltimore after this. The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on 4th down. They'll try it now with Barkley.
You know, I think there's certain times, Mike, throughout the game that call for a very aggressive style of play. I'm just not quite sure this was one of those situations, but I guess we'll see how it plays out throughout the rest of the game.
An unbalanced look to the left here on 1st down. Here's Jackson. No chance at all. He'll go down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Now Jackson. A pass pulled in by Henry. And a good job rallying to the football, holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
He'll try to run for it. And they'll finally run him down, but he takes it inside the 10-yard line.
What I like the most here is just the decision that when he wants to be a runner, he commits to being a runner, and he's able to weave his way downfield, pick up the 1st down, sets up 1st and goal.
He's got it at the 3. To the goal line and in. Derrick Henry. Touchdown, Baltimore.
Just a really nice job, Mike, especially just staying poised. Pressure situation, you know how important it is to steal some points before the half. but everybody's in control. Everybody understood the situation and the clock, and they're able to finish that half in style with that late touchdown.
The clock showing 5 seconds remaining in this half as the kick's away. And this ball is not going to get to the 20, so that's whistled dead, and the ball gets placed at the 40-yard line. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. To throw is Hurts. And that is incomplete. One final chance does not work out. Time has expired. The first half has come to an end. All right, Coach, thank you very much. We welcome you back. It is quarter number 3. Pretty interesting first half. We'll see if any strategy changes for the next 30 minutes or more as this second half gets underway. They go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Barkley. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down. Now Hurts. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Roquan Smith. Second half, and the defense continues to be item 1 in this game. They've done the job keeping the offense in control, and now, Greg, they scored on their own.
Yeah, and they've just been dominant the entire day, Mike, and now to come up with a pick 6 here and just further their dominance, it's been an impressive performance all around for this defense.
And the back judge throws the flag. He looks at the ball, looks at the clock. Clock says 0. That's a delay of game. Play clock has expired. They're not going to get this one off on time. The point after now from Tucker. Oh, look at this. It's a fake.
I just can't wrap my head around that decision, Mike. I mean, think about it this way. If you want to go for 2, by bringing your extra point unit on, you have to snap the ball from the 15. If you keep your offense on the field to go for 2, you get to snap the ball from the 2-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10. Play action. Here's Hurt carrying that ball loosely, and it is out. One of the Ravens has it.
He
The
must have
quarterback
went and
was
turned his
on
hacks
the
or
move,
something.
starting to
That is
gain some yards,
crazy.
but then he lost the ball. And the fumble's recovered by the defense.
And early on, Mike, it was actually a really good job by the quarterback, extending that play, getting some positive yards with his legs. But he decided not to slide and give himself up. He takes that hit, loses the
All the
ball,
way
and now
back,
the
dude.
defense takes over. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Jackson now on 2nd down. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down. Jackson now. Oh, what a throw. Slinging it across his body and complete. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the 1st down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
He'll try and get there on the ground.
Yeah, flag.
On the ground, it's Barkley to start the drive. Room up the sideline at the 45. About 15 yards to kick off the drive. It's a 1st down.
This is one of those cases where having high-end speed in the backfield can be such a game changer. The offensive linemen don't need to hold their blocks quite as long. You give this guy a little bit of a crease, and man, he is gone.
And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground. Now, whistles here. Looks like one of the defenders got a head start. Set to go now on 1st and 10. Now Hurts. He'll let this go for Goddard. That is brought in. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Here's Barkley. And nothing develops there. It'll stay right at the 5-yard line. No gain on that one. So we'll take it to the other end as we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Another one from the 5, 2nd down and goal. One more time, they try Barkley. And this time, he will work his way into the end zone. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown, Eagles. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Jake Elliott now for the extra point. Oh, this is a push. He missed it. No good. And that'll keep the score right where it is. So following the score, here comes Elliott to kick this one away. Hardy now with the return. Great job there by the coverage team. They get him down at the 12. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Off the play fake, Jackson. He runs with it. They'll get 11 there, and that's a quick first down.
Mike, the defensive line rush plan is critical when you're playing quarterbacks like this. You have to keep him contained in the pocket, because the second he gets out of the pocket, we can see what happens.
Play clock down to 0. That's going to be a delay.
I fucking knew it. He was cheating. That is crazy.
quick. You're gonna break that. You're pretty good at stuff, right? Yeah, I'm good at it. Not that. No, not that. That's easy. He doesn't know it. I think I have it. Let's look now out of film. No good time. I have time, right? You have time to kiss me? Okay. Oh, I have time. Yes, you have time. I have time. Okay, watch out for this guy. We're not playing. He's really good. He can go fast. We're not playing. We're playing kiss the boy. No. We're not playing. We're not playing. You're not kissing. Why you want? Oh, I'm blue. I'm yellow. That's Junior. Junior. Check the tie. What? I'll check the tie. No. So check the tie one. Brandon said there's no cuss words in his mouth. Brandon, she's saying cuss words. I would drop this. Oh, Mom. I'm the bee. Watch out, these guys. Boom. Got it. Wait. What? Oh, you didn't. 6, 7, I already lost. Look at somebody. There's 47. And it shows the hide you. Right here. Just behind you. You both are behind you. 6, 7. All about Christmas. 6, 7. All about Christmas. 6. What? I hit that. What? 6, 7 on another Christmas? Shut up.
Alright, it doesn't mean they're cheating. Catch you guys on the next one.